you like what you see, don't forget to smash that like button, share it, or subscribe. For all the latest Atlas info, sign up for our newsletter, shop.atlasrr.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And most importantly, enjoy the show.
All right, welcome everyone. We are here streaming live on Atlas's Facebook page along with YouTube. I'm Jarrett, and I'm joined by Matt Mosakis and Ross Medine. Guys, how are we doing tonight?
Hey, Jarrett, doing good.
Excellent.
Nice. I like it. So we're gonna start off this live stream. We're going to be talking about the 100th anniversary commuter train catalog, the catalog that you guys see right here on the screen. Before we dive into the catalog, though, we're going to talk a little bit about Atlas's history and how we reached this important centennial milestone. So to start, I'll give my full name, which actually helps describe a little bit of the history of Atlas. So it's Jarrett Schaffenhadrick. I'm the great-grandson of Stephen Schaffen Sr., who founded Atlas Tool Company in 1924 in New Jersey. And I have some pictures here just to help illustrate just some of the history of Atlas that I'm going to go through. So one of the cool things about my great-grandfather is that he was part of one of the first rail crews. Sorry, guys, I'm going to cover us up a little bit. But he actually, when he first came to the United States from Czechoslovakia in the 1800s, his early work was part of a rail spike crew that helped with the westward expansion of the railroad. And the family, always likes to say that we have trains and track, in the DNA of the family from very early on. So that's kind of a cool picture there. If you look really closely, it's a little small. You can see my great-grandfather in the middle with the red arrow over his head, and he has a number of track laying tools that he actually, has on his person right there. And then later on, we found this other shot that we have of him in front of one of Atlas's first track making factories. It was the construction site just before they built that building in Hillside, New Jersey. So fast forward, and we get to my grandfather, Stephen Schaffen Jr., and my just to give some context, this is my grandfather in his later years right there. And my younger grandfather, who was taught many manufacturing trades by his father, Stephen Schaffen Sr., he would go and visit local hobby stores. He was a big hobby guy. He loved building ships, loved building anything that he could find at the hobby store. And being really entrepreneurial, he would ask the hobby store owner if there's anything that he could do to make some money. And the hobby store owner gave him just a pile of fiber track and nails and asked him to build it up and try to improve the design, see if he could make it into something. And he spent nights trying to make an out-of-the-box switch kit that people didn't have to put together themselves. You have to remember, back in the day, people would take just fiberboard or pieces of wood and, hand lay their own track. So it was kind of innovative for him to develop something that was out of the box. And just to show what he was trying to do, I have this vintage ad that we found from 1948. It's a December 1948 ad. I think it was either Model Trains or Model Railroader magazine, but it's kind of cool. It shows, exactly his entrepreneurial spirit, and it shows that he was trying. What he was trying to do here was create a completely assembled HO turnout. It was one of the first, products that he actually developed. And then fast forward later on, he developed more than just the switches. He was doing the patented HO Flex Track, structures, accessories, and he was really creative with the advertising and the marketing. Here's another trackside building and structure catalog that he released in the 50s, and he definitely had fun with some of the advertising and the marketing. Here's another magazine spread that he did to market layouts and wiring, different structures that he developed. And yeah, so that's just kind of a brief history. We fast forward later on, 3 generations down the line. Let me take this ad off. And yeah, 3 generations down the line, and it's my mother, my father, my brother, all helping with the guidance, management of Atlas Model Railroad Company, Atlas Tool Company. And we're going to be celebrating our 100 years in business next year in 2024. That's a lot of what's behind the presentation tonight. And to commemorate this centennial, it's a big milestone for any business to reach. So to celebrate this, we're actually wrapping a New Jersey Transit Alp 45 with commemorative artwork, and Matt and Ross are gonna show you, the artwork. Give you a little bit behind the scenes, how we created it, and it's just something that we're really excited about because it's 100 years it's a big milestone for any company, and really proud to be part of it. Really happy to be working with all these guys on it, New Jersey Transit, and with all that said, I'll just hand it over to Matt and Ross, and you guys can tell the audience.
Well said, Jarrett. I I walked up and down the hallway with that photograph of your grandfather in rail crew, and I always saw he was a machinist or a logger. I never realized he was actually in a track gang.
Yeah.
Not
It's pretty cool.
I read that and was like, oh, that's awesome, because it all makes sense. And then it's only appropriate that his son really kind of like mass produced HO for everyone, because before Atlas HO, like you said, you had to hand lay your own HO track, and you really had to be a good craftsman, and there was no out of the box track really for HO scale. So you can credit your grandfather for
a long history of HO trains. And I'm looking at the comments here. Stephen Wagner, like 1958. That's insane. It's crazy.
And it really credits for making HO trains as popular as they are today. And one of the stories I heard about your grandfather was that he had a gentleman's agreement with Irv Athearn, that Athearn wouldn't do track and he wouldn't do rolling stock until one of each other, passed away and such. And they stood by it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Actually, I have one of the slides I didn't include. It's actually not sized right, but this is actually actually, you know what? If you take down,
there you go.
Yeah, so this is actually it. Yeah, you can't appreciate it fully because you can't see Irv's face, but that's my grandfather there on the left hand side, and that's Irv there with like a big stogie in his mouth, and they literally, hey, this might have been the gentleman's handshake right there that sealed the deal with their agreement. But yeah, they were great friends, and they would travel frequently coast to coast to see each other and compare notes on the hobby business, and just kind of a cool piece of the history also.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I always like that
Pretty
story.
Without further ado, Matt, why don't we take a tour through locomotive number 4503 and show some of the great artwork we got.
Off. So on the first product page of the catalog, we have the Atlas 100th anniversary locomotive, and I got some detailed slides of that. But first, you gotta skip through. So there you'll see our art drawing, which is pretty cool. Fast lightning strike design. I mean, some nice details in there. So let's see if I can make this a little larger. Just 1 second so I can show this off. So it's pretty neat. On 4503, we actually have DCC equipped underneath the cab front window.
You
So,
have to. You have to.
little inside joke from all PreOrders, and in case you guys aren't following, this will actually be on a real locomotive. We're gonna wrap a real New Jersey Transit engine into this paint scheme to celebrate our 100th anniversary. And we don't have an official date yet, but let's say December, January. Keep your eyes peeled on the tracks if you live in New Jersey, because they'll be coming by fast. So there you see the front end, which is pretty cool. I like that Erie Lackawanna style DCC equipped, which I'll give credit to Ross for thinking of that.
It's a funny inside joke, and I was like, we have to put it on there.
Yeah, it's loosely taken from the Erie Lackawanna radio equipped. And then on the rear, another little cool thing in the paint scheme is in proud partnership with New Jersey Transit, and the Atlas model logo hidden on the back there, as well as our website. There's going to be a special website for Atlas 100. We're going to display all the 100th catalogs for the 2024 year. So it's really cool. We're really proud to be showing this off. And then I'll go back to the catalog page.
Right. Now, these will be available in HO and N scale, the Alp 45, as well as the trailers and cab cars. Right, Matt?
Yeah, so there's going to be a matching passenger set to match this locomotive. The passenger cars, they're not actually going to get wrapped. It's just to match the locomotive in 187 scale or N scale. But the locomotive will be legit. They're finalizing the wrap art now, and we're hoping to see it very soon. So this will be a real locomotive and not just a Fubi 100th anniversary model. It's going to be a real thing. We can't wait to see it.
Yep, screaming by at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah. And here's the passenger set we were mentioning. So there's 3 cars there, and I have larger pictures of these as well. So this is the trailer car. The trailer car is the Atlas Founder car, which has Stephen Shackman Sr. and Jr. on there. So the 2 founders of Atlas. One Atlas Tool and one Atlas Model Railroad. And then we have Steve Jr.'s car there, which is a pretty cool image of him. So was this out of a piece of advertising, Jarrett?
Yeah, we found this. We were looking for some interesting artwork for one of the cars, and I actually have even a bigger shot here. I mean, that shot's pretty good. This yeah, same thing. We took this shot off of one of the vintage ads that he had one of his artist friends make back in the 50s, and yeah, we just thought it was cool just to incorporate, something that he had one of his artist friends create for him back in the day. Just a cool, cool pencil drawing.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
It's cool, and for the people out there that haven't been to the Atlas HQ, we have like the old ads and the pictures from back in the day around the office. So it's cool that this will be like on a model and display.
Yeah,
we'll kind of get the taste of the office there.
Yeah, tradition is a huge part of Atlas.
Yeah.
And, we have all the old box artwork as framed in the real. Are they real oil paintings or pictures?
Yes. Yeah, there was I'm gonna say his name wrong, but I believe it's Mr. Eidson, who my grandfather was good friends with, that painted a lot of the box art that went on the packaging for different structures, different trains, and yeah, it's all throughout. Like Ross said, you walk around the halls and you see almost on every wall there's like original oil paintings, and it's just kind of cool just because you're surrounded by the product and these beautiful portraits that this artist did.
Yeah, no, it is really cool, and it gives you a chance to appreciate them more when when you see the box art, it's like, all right, there's a million of these produced, but to see the actual oil painting and, you know, somebody labored on that and just makes you appreciate
Right.
all the
Someone
hard work.
made that. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah. And then here we got the final car, the CAD car, which says, thank you for celebrating Atlas for 100 years. Thank you for the support. And I just really like the theme of this red, black, and silver, and the lightning stripe band going through it. It's pretty cool.
That's
So that
great. What inspired the lightning stripe? Why the lightning stripe?
we're all D&H guys to a degree, and yeah, and it's kind of like we just like that lightning stripe road. Like that look is always a classic. And you know, it's speed, luxury, and it's a lot of things we want to incorporate into our the 100th anniversary. I think it's pretty good for the brand. And then moving on, we have the NJ Transit page, which has a plane out at Out 45A. These are the later ones when Bombalier and Alstrom kind of got together. Alstrom has now taken over production for the Alps, so no longer Bombardier no longer makes them. It's now all Alstrom. So the Alp 45A is basically a tier 4, tier 5. It's a different internals than the Alp 45 DP, which came out in 2008, I want to say. So that's been on the road for nearly 15 years already. So the Alp 45As, which they took delivery of not too long ago, in 2020, I think they got the first batch. So these are slowly phasing out the Alp 45 DPs, but externally there's very little differences. They look the same. And actually, we have the first. Let me just blow this up so people get a better view. Well, it's not too much better. But we have the first responders sticker unit, which is pretty cool. And it was unveiled this year on 9/11. And I have a bigger screenshot of that logo. Here we go. So it's a nice salute to service to all New York Metro guys. As a New Jersey Transit GP40B, as well as some emblems of first responders. So that is, what is that, row number? Can't see from here. I believe it's 30.
That's 4533 for the first responders unit.
All right, 4533.
Right. And then the 40th rail anniversary, which is next, is the 4540, which is just the plain Jane 40th anniversary sticker unit.
Yeah, that one's easy to remember. And the 40th is pretty cool. It's got the GG1 along with the Alp and its logo. So I really like that logo. It's a combination of beginnings and where we're at now with New Jersey Transit.
Yeah, it's really cool.
One I'm definitely going to pre-order.
We're getting it all.
Yeah.
The transit fans should be happy that we have a plain Jane transit engine for the first time in how long? When was the last time we released these?
I want to say 2017 was the last time we took orders on these.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Or no, we didn't do plain transit. Actually, 2020 when the EL unit came out, we did.
Right.
I heard an interesting story with the rail operations 40th anniversary logo. The a lot of times people will employ like a design team or like professional graphic designers to make their logos, but that logo is actually made by one of the rail operation guys at New Jersey Transit. I thought that was kind of cool. Like he just had like some chops, design chops, and that's actually one of the rail operations guys, designs, which is kind of cool.
That is pretty cool because they have the GG1 there, and I was kind of thinking like, how would some outside agency know, what the legacy engines were?
Right, and the correct shape of the GG1 and the Alp, and someone knew. That was
somebody thought something out. Yeah, we appreciate it. It's a cool logo.
Yeah,
it's very
definitely
cool.
And that's on 4540.
Yep, 4540. And after that, we have the Plain Jane Transit trailers and cab cars, which I know people are waiting for.
People have been asking for because they've been going over our retail price on eBay. So that's always a flag for us that we need to make some more. We don't want anybody getting price gouged out there.
Time to make more.
Yeah. So plenty of regular New Jersey Transit numbers from the cab cars, the trailer cars, and unique to New Jersey Transit, the toilet cars. So Ross is going to
the question. You know the question I'm going to ask you next.
the question Ross wants to ask. What's the difference between the trailer car and the toilet cars? So there's 3 windows on each end. The center window, it's a little bit bigger. On the left side of the toilet car, they only have 1 window because the toilet's in the back right corner. So that's the difference. One corner of the car doesn't have a centered window in the common space. Instead of a common space, they have a bathroom. So it's just unique to New Jersey Transit. Out of everybody that has these cars, only New Jersey Transit thought about bathrooms. That's the order form. And then we have something unique here too. We have what was AMT Montreal Commuter Agency is now EXO. So they rebranded their commuter agency, and they're in the process of moving from patches to repainting things. But right now, at the moment, they only have patches. So this looks like a normal EXO, but it's missing not the normal AMT locomotive, but now it's EXO. So on the side, they've patched over the AMT, and some of them have EXO on the front, some of them don't. They're in various states of patchwork as they work on rebranding all the cars and locomotives. So on the next page, we see the patched EXO cab cars and trailers because they don't have toilet cars. And then we see basically their corporate theme of EXO, which there's only 2 cars right now. They have a purple O, and they have it's kind of like a salmon orange O car. So eventually, the whole fleet, I would assume, is going to be decorated like this up there in Montreal. But for the moment, the patches are the most common thing you see. It just looks like AMT, just with Aloe EXO patches. So that's for our friends north of the border. And then for our friends up north, but not north of the border.
New England or New England friends.
We have MBTA for the Boston area. We don't forget about you guys. We love New England railroading. So we have the MBTA cars, which will match the decoration and colors of the previous run, which I know is important for all of you. So we have 2 new cab car numbers, and I think I did 4 or 5 trailer numbers, as well as there's a set of 1 cab car and 2 trailers available too. So you Boston guys better stock up. And
that's quite a bit of MBTA there. That's nice.
It really is. It kind of concludes our catalog there, because it's just we wanted to fit these orders in now so we can get the Atlas 100th anniversary locomotives and passenger cars to you guys in time for all the celebrations.
Right. Short and sweet, but there's also a catalog to follow in January as well. The pre-orders for this specific catalog are November 1st. So please get your pre-orders in by November 1st to your dealer or distributor of your choice. Or you can go to shop.atlasrr.com and we can place your order there as well.
Absolutely. Get your pre-orders in, because I mean, a lot of people, I'm one of them. Sometimes I slack my pre-orders, but it's important because there's going to be a limited quantity of these made. And it's an ultra cool locomotive, which will be real, will be on the New Jersey Transit rail system. And when you see it on the rails, you're going to want it. So make sure to pre-order it, because pre-ordering is the only guarantee way that you will receive it. You can have faith in the hobby shop to order extras, but the best way is the pre-order.
What if they miss the November 1st pre-order date. Is there another time that they can pre-order this, or is this just the only time that we're going to offer 4503?
I think we'll have some slight cushion on 4503, but we would really want to encourage everybody to reserve theirs. There's so many dealers that do, no deposit even, just contact and say you're interested in it, and it's the best way for us to ensure we make enough and we don't have extras or so it's very ideal for you guys to pre-order. It's going to be ultra cool.
Absolutely. Now we have some specific questions since you're the guy, Matt, for this.
Oh yeah, well,
I'm fire here. So Mr. Adam here says 4533's got the solid disco stripe on the nose as opposed to the speed stripe. Will the prototype match this model, or what are we thinking there?
The prototype will match the model there.
All right. Adam,
and what it means by
first.
Yes.
Excellent.
So just something else to bring up. Also, the one of the things that we just want to mention is that Matt mentioned before that the wrapped locomotive is going to be out just around the December, January timeframe. So we are going to be doing a photo contest. It'll be something that we're just teasing it right now. We're just floating the idea out there, but there will be a photo contest, and we're going to release more details on social media. But the gist of it will be, we're going to ask people to take shots of the train when they see it on the tracks, and then we're going to be offering a contest. We're going to judge the photos and have an ability for people to win a free train set of the 100th anniversary wrap. So just we're putting that out there now, just as a little tease. But look forward to that also in the near future on social media.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to see people rail fan this unit.
It's gonna be awesome.
Awesome. New Jersey has some great rail fans. If you've ever been on Instagram or Flickr, you can see all their work. Transit rail fans especially, they're especially a different breed. So we encourage everybody to go out there and rail fan it. Of course, no trespassing and stay within a safe distance, but we can't wait to see the shots you guys take in this locomotive.
Right, yeah. We got a couple questions here which we can answer pretty quick, but the Mr. Anthony here says he wants to know if we'll be at the Amherst show this year. No, I'm pretty excited to say yes, we'll be at the Amherst show, right?
Yeah, we'll be there, right? Definitely.
Now, here's another question from Adam. How long will 4503 be wrapped?
That's a good one. So, Jerry, you were saying up to 5 years, but a minimum of 3?
Yeah, that is the current plan that we were given. Is it'll be on there for a minimum of 3 years. So all the rail fans out there have plenty of opportunity to take some great shots, and for everybody to see it along that corridor that we always see the train. I can't wait to see it. There's so many locales that I just saw the Alp the other day going through next to my daughter's school in Milburn. And there's just such great vantage points all throughout New Jersey along the corridor that Alp travels. So it'll be really cool to see that, over the next 3 years at minimum.
Absolutely.
Kim wants to know if she can participate.
Kim's going to take a photo of the train? No,
yeah.
No way.
We got to see Kim rail fan.
Now, we have some questions. We have some questions on the veterans engine. Is there any insight into that? Like, can that happen, or is that going to happen at some point?
We tried. We talked about it. The problem is there's a lot of different licensed logos from all the great military agencies, and we need to acquire permission from each and every single one of them to do that, which is a tall task because I think there's 6 or 7 different logos, maybe 8. There's a lot of logos in that unit. It's a very cool unit. We, hats off to New Jersey Transit for doing it. We just want to do everything correctly and, make sure everybody is aware of us using their trademarks and reproducing their likeliness. And that's one of the challenges we face in the model railroad industry that doesn't really get brought up a lot is all the networking licensing we have to do to recreate these replicas, because they are, it's other people's artwork, it's other people's property that we recreate. So we have to check with each one of those agencies before we can make it. And until we do all that, we want to make it in the worst way too, but we have to do everything by the book. So that was a long, short answer.
But it was a good answer. Now, again, folks, November 1st for the pre-order date for the Alp 45s, as well as the trailers and cab cars for our 100th anniversary commuter catalog. Go to your favorite dealer, distributor to make sure that you can get these by next year. Inversely, you can go to shop.atlasrr.com to place your order directly through us, and we can make sure that you get it next year as well.
Yes. And just one important question. I know a lot of people are waiting on these HO metric cars. These are currently in production. We're straightening out the lighting specs and everything, making sure everything functions properly, and then hopefully we can receive these by the end of the year. So I just wanted to answer Dan's question there.
And you might as well answer the MP36s as well.
Let's see, where was that guy?
They're just there somewhere.
Oh, they're there. Well, they're going to arrive with the metric cars. We want to bring them in together. The MP36s might be a couple weeks ahead of the cars themselves.
It's the Metro guy with the Metro train. That
makes sense.
That makes sense. Mr. Metro, the Metro trains are coming. We promise.
Yeah, no, but now to conclude that we're really excited about this 100th anniversary coming up. It's going to be a fun year. Look for packaging and stuff to have special Atlas 100th marketing on it, and we're going to make this celebration worthwhile with some social media contests and giveaways and whatnot. And we wouldn't make it to 100 without all of our great customers, and we're very appreciative of that. And this year we're going to give back and do some contests and have some fun, and we want to celebrate with all of you.
Absolutely. It's not every day you get to wrap a locomotive for fun. Come on.
No, 1-to-1 scale locomotive.
Absolutely.
So it's the first model train, then real prototype. We kind of did it backwards.
That's true. You're right about that. Yeah.
We designed the model, did model artwork, and then we gave it to transit, and then they agreed to wrap it like that. So it's pretty cool. Usually we're copying them.
But yeah, I guess that about wraps it up there, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
But again, for the folks out there, November 1st, place your pre-orders. We're pretty excited to bring these to market for next year. You have to have your locomotives in time for the anniversary, right?
Yeah. And everyone, keep your eyes out on our social media pages. We'll be announcing when the locomotive's out. We'll be announcing the contests. We'll be announcing the future catalogs. So this is all really exciting stuff. Keep your eyes peeled. All right, guys. Until next time, I'm Matt. We got Ross and Jarrett. All right, everybody.
See you later.
Thank you. Appreciate you all. And see you next time. Bye, guys.
See you later.